Hi there, my name is Peter. I'm a professional web developer and been one for a little over a year now. And in this series of videos, I will be reviewing the Udemy courses that help me earn money from web development in just a little over than 6 months into my journey. So why should you listen to me when there's so many YouTubers who have reviewed Udemy courses already and they've got thousands of views, lots of likes, thousands of subscribers? Well, for one, most of those people are mid to senior level developers and they have not actually taken the course. So they're coming from a place of vast knowledge and experience. And even if they watch some of the videos in the courses, they can't really attest to how well the concepts are explained, how relatable the examples are for a complete beginner. I, on the other hand, learned everything I knew from these courses. So at the end of the course, when I completed them, I was only as good as the last course I've taken. So I believe the fact that I've taken these courses, worked through all the lessons and built all the project makes my experience more relevant for you if you're just starting out. So the first course we're going to look at is the Complete 2020 Web Development course, Build 15 Projects by Development Island UK. So let's get right into it. So the Complete 2020 Web Development course was the first I completed, but I purchased it together with Angela Yu's Complete 2020 Web Development Bootcamp. Obviously, I purchased it in 2019, so the title was obviously dated to 2019. And at that point, I was really split between the two courses and didn't know which one to start. And I think the deciding factor was basically the fact that the web development course by Development Island, by the way, he's the creator, his name is Isam. His content is 90 hours long and Angela's that time I think it was about 40, so Isam's content is about twice as big. Now there's a huge difference between the number of students enrolled. Angela has almost 300,000. That is absolutely crazy. That's like a city. And Isam has only 23,000, which is, again, a nice number. But I think the difference was not this huge when I made my decision. But anyway, so basically it was the size of the course was one of them, and the second one that Isam's course came with free hosting. I think it was free for a year. Now it has expired, but it just sounded like really appealing to me. But regardless, I mean, they both have excellent ratings, so 4.5 against 4.7. So I think 4.5 is a really, really good one, especially if you look at sometimes what really drags the reviews down is the 1-star reviews, and often they're very irrelevant. For example, like one of them is complaining about the instructor's accent, which is really, really silly because, you know, all courses come with some free videos. This one comes with a huge amount of free videos. So if you do your homework and listen to some of these videos, you're gonna get to know the instructor's style, you're gonna hear him speak, and you can decide for yourself if, you know, this course is 90 hours, can I spend 90 hours with this person? So, you know, you should really do this kind of research at the beginning. By the way, Isam is British. He's got a very pleasant and clear way of speaking. He sounds very intellectual. I did really enjoy his style. He's not joking. He's serious all throughout. Versus Angela, she is a little bit into jokes and she's much more playful. But you know, being serious about stuff is kind of, it fits my personality, so I didn't mind that kind of attitude. There's also one thing I didn't know back then, but I know now, is that Angela is really against PHP and relational databases. So if you're looking for sort of a full JS stack, JavaScript front end and back end, then probably this course, her course, is better for you. Whereas Isam's course is more of a traditional MySQL database, PHP, little bit of WordPress. So if you're planning to go into that route, then it's definitely the Build 15 Projects is a better course for you. Now I'm switching to the course screen inside. I think I've zoomed in a little bit, so I can't really see the yeah, now we got them. We have the lessons here. So there's a huge amount of chapters. They go through I think you've got HTML here somewhere, and then we've got a CSS, and we've got JavaScript, jQuery, and Bootstrap. Then you have ES6 and above. Then you have a little bit of Node.js. Then you have a bit of a command line course. Also, you've got a bit of GitHub, PHP, MySQL, and in between these topics, there's also a couple of projects that you build and kind of summarize everything you learned so far and put it all together. So what I really liked about this course, that every time there was a lesson, for example, if you open this CSS, you've got these different topics like internal CSS, external, box model, borders, float, etc. For every lesson, you would have to open a different file, which makes it very easy to reference later. So you got the relevant lessons here: inline CSS, internal. What else was I referring to? Floats, borders, etc. Box model, sorry. So you know, when you have to like start building projects and you forget something, it's very easy to come back here and open the relevant file and look up the solution to your problem. So I found that really helpful. But I just want to go ahead and not waste too much time on normal lessons. I'd rather just show you the kind of projects that we built during this course, because basically that's kind of gives you an idea of what kind of projects you'll be able to build when you finish this course. So I've put everything here in this folder, and this was the first project that we built. Let me open it up. And this is just a plain landing page. Now here you will see that basically Isam is not very big on design, versus Angela. She's really into design, and you're going to see that her projects are a little bit more appealing. So Isam is not so great on design, but he's great on functionality. Nevertheless, even though this maths tutorial site looks a little bit outdated in terms of design, probably like early 2010s, that's when websites used to look like, you still learn a lot of things about, you know, like hover effects and positioning. Although I have to say that here this site was built with floats, and floats are like really outdated now. You know, people use well, not even Bootstrap anymore. They use the CSS Flexbox and grid system, and at that time there was no Flexbox section in the course. That's why you see that these have not been completed by me. This was added sometime later, but I've learned it in the meanwhile somewhere else, so I've not come back and done this course. But I'm just saying that this advanced concept has been added to the course. Now if we go back to the project library and we move on to the next project, we've got a maths game. This is a little bit of JS as well included. So let's open it up. It's a very easy game. You've got 1 minute, and you get math exercises, and you just need to mark the correct answer, and then at the end of the 1 minute you get to know how many answers you got right. So let's just do it very quickly. So that's it. Really nice and simple game, just teaching you a little bit about countdown, a little bit about disabling buttons, rendering the screen, randomizing numbers, checking answers, and the sort. Obviously, you can go out there and make the game a little bit more complicated if you like. Moving on to the next project. I think it's probably one of my favorite ones. It includes jQuery. Nowadays, people bash jQuery a lot. They're saying it's outdated technology. I do love it. I use it every day. Let's just have a look what it's about. It's actually a fruit game. You've got fruits coming down, and by mousing over them, you need to slice them into pieces. I mean, when I built this a year and a half ago, my kids, they were like 8, 10 years old at the time, and they just loved it. They actually abandoned Minecraft and they came here to play this game. I'm just going to show you quickly how it looks. So you got these fruits coming down, different speed, and you just need to mouse them over, and you get the scores. And oops, I dropped that one, so obviously I lost a life. You can see I lost a life there. Oh, this banana is too fast as well. An apple. Okay, let this drop, and then we're gonna let this one drop, just so you can see the game over. Yeah, score is 11. Again, a cute little game. The design is basically very similar to the maths game, so there was not much time spent on that. It was more about the game logic and the jQuery, the interaction with the DOM. It was a really fun project. I absolutely enjoyed it. Next up is these are just Bootstrap pages, so I'm just going to quickly show them. This is a more modern design, just a landing page. Probably this image has been deleted accidentally. Moving on to the next one, and these ones are not like too exciting, but just going to show them very quickly. Got a little navbar, little hover effect, background. Then you've got the next one is as the duplicate. This is some sort of a course page. Oh yeah, this is with some video animation, and I think there's some navbar functionality as well, though I think the content is kind of the same on all of them. So these were not very interesting projects, but you just had to do it to learn Bootstrap. So next, we've got a Stopwatch project. It's just basically manipulating time. It's very simple. Nothing exciting, just measuring time. A bit of functionality to reset and record the timestamp. And then you can stop it, resume, or reset it. I think I haven't spent too much time on fixing these visuals anyway. I was more busy with the JavaScript side of things. Let's move on to the next one, which is a drawing app. This is quite cool, though I never really used it outside this course. So yeah, this just remained from the last time I tried. Whether this is working, it is working. You can, what should we draw? Let's draw a little sun here. The rays around. And what's cool about this, that it really takes advantage of the browser's local storage. So if you save it, close the tab, and then you reload the page, the picture is populated back from the local storage. So it's a really cool little project if you want to learn about HTML canvas technology. Right, online File Explorer. Now this was a Node.js project, and it's actually, I'm not sure how to get it working. As I said, I went the PHP route. I haven't really gone full stack with JS, so I'm not very familiar with how to get this working. I could watch the course again, but I remember it was working, so we got it working, but I can't get it working now. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, so I can't really show that to you. What do we have? Yeah, now we're going into the backend stuff, the PHP and MySQL. So I actually need to load these in a browser because you need a browser. You need a server to run these. So I've got my XAMPP running. Let's start with the online notes app. So basically it's an app where you can sign up as a member, create your profile, and save notes as you type them for your reference later. So you can log in. I've got my logins here, and yeah, I've made this as a test earlier earlier today actually, so I can just go ahead and delete it if I don't need it anymore, and I can make a new note. I can make a new note and save it. You go to all notes, you refresh it, and it's going to be there. If you go into the MySQL database and you go in online notes, you're going to be able to see that sorry, wrong table. You're going to see that it's saved here. So it's a cool little app. I definitely enjoyed building it, and once you get to this point, you feel like, you know, you can build some proper stuff. You can build some persisting stuff that doesn't just disappear when somebody presses the refresh. So this was one of the most advanced projects, and there was one, the car share app, which is the next one I'm going to show you. Let's move on to that. So basically it works with the Google Maps API. By the way, we're here in Hungary at the moment, Central Europe. Just for a bit of context, I'm zooming out. And what you can do here is basically you can log in, create trips that you planning to take or you regularly take, and allow others to browse for routes and get in touch with you if they want to take the same route, and then, you know, you can discuss whether you want to travel together and save money and protect the environment as well. So again, you can log in. I've created 2 accounts, and just see how this works. So for this account, I created 2 trips, London Leeds, London Reading. Let's add another trip. Let's go from Manchester, UK to, let's go Birmingham, UK. It's not a big distance, so let's make it cost 15 euros, and we're gonna say we've got 3 seats available, and this is a one-off journey that will take place tomorrow at, let's say, 9:30. The trip has been created, and now let's pretend we're someone else and we want to come in and book this journey. So this guy doesn't have any journeys, he's just a traveler. He is here to search for destinations. Let's say he wants to go from Manchester, UK to London. Obviously he won't find a route because no one's traveling there. But if he changes this to Birmingham, he's going to see that we've got a guy here who travels, and he's going to charge 15 euros. He's got 3 3 seats left, and this is a one-off journey. I think you can click on the profile, and it's got a little bit of about me. It's got 15 years of experience, no points on license, got no claims. And by the way, these things you can set it here in your profile. Where's the profile? Sorry, the profile is here. Yeah. I think you set this information when you sign up. I think. Can't remember. Yeah, this is where you add as comments. So yeah, this was the last and the most complex project. It was probably like 15 hours to build, so it could have been a course on its own, but it was definitely one that once you build it, you feel like, you know, you can right away launch your own startup. So I guess why saying that, okay, this course will make you into a web developer, probably when you finish this, you will feel like, yes, I'm there now. I can develop a proper app, but obviously there's so much more. There's so much more to learn. Now, regarding these promises that this is the only course you need to become employable web developer, I mean, this is just, let's be honest, this is just SEO. They just want to make sure that people who are looking for an easy and fast way to get into web development actually land on this course page and purchase the course. But in reality, learning never stops. You finish the course and you feel like there's so many more things to explore and learn. And when you start employment, the work's always going to require you to learn more technologies, or if you compare yourself to others, there's always a motivation to learn more. So, you know, if this is your first course, then that's what it is. It's just your first course. It will definitely not be the last. So after seeing all these projects, you might wonder, is this course right for you? And, you know, I'd say, you know, it's a great course. It covers all the basic technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, MySQL. And, you know, it starts with the really basic concepts and goes deeper and deeper. And at the end, it's summarizing them in a nice little project, starting with, you know, plain CSS stuff like the math tutorial page. And once backend is introduced, you build a car sharing app, which is really cool. What I would say is a downside is, and for most of these bootcamps, the downside is that there are no frameworks involved. Nowadays, if you want to get employment, you need at least one framework. Once you know one framework, it's easy to learn another, but you need a framework like, you know, front-end wise, you need Vue or React. Back-end, if you're in a PHP land, then you need Laravel or Symfony. What are frameworks? Basically, they're just pieces of software that automate and make those tasks that every app needs like really easy. It's kind of a skeleton. So basically, you know, very easy, out of the box working login system, or screen rendering in terms of front-end apps. But it is a great start. So, you know, this is a great foundation. This course is a great foundation. Good metrics. It's rated 4.5 if I correctly remember. Then you've got 25,000 students enrolled, and the most recent update was June 2020. It's got some latest additions, Flexbox, the CSS grid system, which is also pretty cool. So, you know, it won't make you, you know, a seasoned web developer, but it's a great start. And with a bit of luck, you can get employment even using this course. So if you're interested, the link will be in the description. It's a very plain link, has no commission. I don't get paid for it. So I hope you like this review, and see you in the next one.